Hey guys, it's Empress. Guess what? Back another one. Let's get to it.
It's more than a statement, it's a way of life. So ambition, the mission just ain't talking.
Alright guys, that's right. I am back with another patron's pick. Here's one by Brian, and it's interesting. Two people who I adore very much, Rupaul and Olivia Newton-John. Shout out to ONJ. And it's from 2014. Rupaul drives ONJ. I've never seen this before. Don't know how this escaped me, but let's see it now. What is this?
Throughout your career, you've always had another side business or things like that?
Yeah.
Have you always been that way? Was that your plan, or was it just...
No, it wasn't. It was never planned. There are always things like that, like Koala Blue, which is, I had stores with my friend Pat. We used to sing together a double
Pat
act.
Carroll.
Pat Carroll.
Yeah.
Runo, and shout out to ONJ. I don't think ONJ got enough credit for like Ru bringing that up. Like always been about her side hustles or just side businesses. Let's go.
We were talking one day and I said, you know, really, wouldn't it be great if they had milk bars here? They're like a 7-Eleven, but they're nicer and they have, you know, the Australian candies and you can get a milkshake and all that stuff.
Oh, Cherry
You can't
Rock.
get milk cherry. Yeah, cherry. Oh, I love them. The two of us went to Australia with not a clue what we were doing again, and we started those stores with just a kind of something that we missed or thought we'd like to have.
Before you got ill, was there any intuition that something is off? Was it a surprise, the diagnosis?
No, it wasn't.
Wasn't?
No, I didn't feel right, and I went to have a mammogram and it was negative. And then the doctor said, let's do a needle biopsy, which he did right in his office. That was negative, but we both felt something wasn't right, so he said, you know, I'd like to do a surgery, and there it was. That's why when I wrote the album Gaia, which is after I had breast cancer, I wrote a song called Trust Yourself, because I think we need to tune into that.
You know, the intuitive stuff, it took years to hone that. Because I think as kids we're taught to think logically first, and a lot of times logic will override your intuition.
And I don't know if men are less tuned in or more. I'd be curious to know what you think.
For men to behave in our culture, a masculine-dominated culture, there's so much pressure to behave a certain way that I think that intuitive skill gets cut off. They have it.
Yeah.
It's just that it gets cut off because there's so much pressure to be a certain thing that we all require them to be. And I feel bad for so many men. You're almost by default like the fifth BG. You're like the sisters give.
Oh, Barry. He's an amazing artist.
Oh.
He's going on tour right now.
What y'all know about what's this song? Her birthday? Ding 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 ding. Dang y'all! I would hear ONJ vocals in my head. Oh man, what's that song called? Yeah. Face to face. Even though I feel like face to face was a little weak for a duet for them. But yeah, and y'all already know my favorite ONJ duet is Sunday.
But
Really?
the other
With
day.
who? By
Just
yourself?
him. Just him. He's great. He's a great singer.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
He's
I
an
could start to
amazing
cry
writer.
thinking about the Brothers Gibb. Carried Away is
Oh, I love
so
that.
brilliant.
Carried
That signature change. He does a time signature change in the middle that blows
Bruno.
my mind. It blows my mind.
I feel like this is me in the car with Olivia right now. Like Rube knows, like carried away, oh, carried away. Let's go.
I actually performed at his birthday party. I think it was his 30th birthday party in Florida. I think this is 1987 or 86. It was at Club Ovo in Miami.
Gosh, you have a great memory.
No, it's not a great memory. I just that was one of those things
Yeah.
because I'm a big Bee Gees fan.
Yeah.
When you were singing Hopelessly Devoted on the Academy Awards in '78, you were had the flu,
Never
you
seen
were
that.
so sick,
Oh, I
and that
was
you
so
collapsed
pushing it.
afterwards.
So sick. It wasn't the flu. I had hepatitis.
Oh dear.
I had the one you get from shellfish. I can't remember the number that is.
Yeah.
But I was so sick, and it was so embarrassing to me because everyone that shook my hand or gave me a kiss had to have a gamma globulin shot to boost their immune system. So my doctor said, Dr. Georgie, she was this real character. She was in New York, Italian. She goes, "Dearie, how many people can you kiss?" Because I had to like name everyone that I touched that night so she could call them. It was so embarrassing.
Oh my goodness.
And I ended up in hospital. Yeah, I was really sick.
You looked gorgeous.
The fever gave me a great flush and a glow. So
I gotta see this. Somebody
And then John
request
Gerard,
this.
he produced that.
Yes, my biggest hits have been his songs.
Yeah, shout out to
Yeah,
John.
Hopes He Wrote It To You, You're the One That I Want,
Oh my
Magic,
God.
Sun.
Oh.
I mean, just to name a few.
Hopelessly Devoted was added later in the movie Grease.
Yeah, it was.
So you had to
The
go and
end.
reshoot that.
Yes, I shot it on the stage by myself. Just Randall Kleiser, who was the director.
Wow, I didn't know that.
And everyone else had left it.
My heart is saying, don't let go.
Which gave it kind of a nice, eerie sadness for
Yeah.
me to be able to film that song.
I watch it at least twice a year. And I watch Santa do at least twice a year. Yeah.
Still need
yeah.
to see that,
I
y'all.
love that poster of you. It's hilarious. With the
Yes.
Xanadu face. Oh, that's a classic. I love it. You look so awesome in it. And the
It's
makeup. Did
funny.
you do that?
No, another Australian who I've been working with for 20 years, his name is Matthew Anderson.
These Aussies are everywhere.
They're
aren't
everywhere. They
We're all-
somehow, energetically, it was just been part of my life.
Yeah. You got a little Aussie clan going on. The
I
Aussie
really-
mafia, we call it.
I really do. And I love the humor.
Yeah, exactly.
Olivia, I love the
Oh,
humor.
Yes.
You know, it's different. It's unusual, you know? And I just love everything about it. My favorite scene is when at the end, Sandy's turned into a loose woman, and there's a shot of the baseball field where your two characters, one goes, a wop bop a doo bop a bam bam boom.
Yeah.
That thing. Oh, and she's holding her shoes in her hands to jump into the scene. I rewind that over and over because it's so brilliant. And the camp, it's got a knowingness of what it is that makes it so brilliant, and it's why I can watch it today and still get a kick out of it, because it's cheeky and it's fun and it knows exactly what it is. So what is your favorite scene?
All the musical numbers, I think. You know, the Summer Nights is really fun.
Oh,
we're
yeah.
having the girls and the boys mixing together.
Oh,
that was
it's
great.
so good.
The one that I want, that was also, it was while we were shooting, but it was at the end they decided they wanted another duet. So John Farrar wrote that in like a night.
Oh my God.
And I remember he came to my trailer at like 6 in the morning because I was there for makeup, and he said he'd been up all night making the demo. He said, "What do you think?" I said, "It's great. You just knew right away it had that incredible guitar feel because he played all the guitars on it, and it just had this energy." I said, "Oh, it's awesome." You know.
That's in Xanadu too, where the lover, where the two come together like
John
that.
Farrar, he wrote that.
Oh, I love that
Yeah.
song. He did that punk rock song too.
Whenever
Oh,
you
yeah,
go,
yeah.
yeah.
Y'all haven't listened to that? That was fire too. All right, let's go.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious. And then he wrote the one for Gene Kelly that Gene sings.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I love that so much. Whenever you're away from me. People ask me my Hollywood crush, and I always say Gene Kelly. So sexy, so amazing.
Gosh, what an amazing dancer he was. He had that masculinity and that strength. He was incredible. I'd never tap danced in my life. I went and did like 3 or 4 months of tap dancing. And just the thought that I had to dance with him was really, really scary. But he was great, and we rehearsed a lot. And we did major parts of the dance in one take.
Really?
Yeah, he actually directed the scene where we danced. And it was all in one sweeping camera movement. And so you had to know it, you know.
Yeah.
With the hospital, that was a real passion of mine. Having had cancer, they asked me would I put my name to a wellness center in my hometown so they could draw attention to it. And I was really unsure about it. I asked my mother, she was alive then, she was German, and she said, "Well, darling, if you're going to help somebody, you should do this." So I told them I would do it, and I had a kind of an instinct that it had to have a wellness centre attached to it, because that was how I got through cancer, was doing all the other things that you need to do to get strong. So I said, I will put my name to it if you will put a wellness centre in there. So I went and talked to a lot of government officials and encouraged them to give us more money, and we got it, and we built it, and it's beautiful, and I'm so proud of what is there, because not only do we have a state-of-the-art cancer and wellness centre with the best therapy and the best nurses, and I mean for Western therapy, but we have the wellness centre as the balance that provides yoga and meditation, and now we're incorporating music into the hospital. We had our first concert last week in the lobby, and all the patients could hear it going up into the floors, and it brings them the patients so much pleasure, and that's a lot of the healing is how you feel, you know. Sorry, I've rambled on here.
No,
but
no.
that was
important.
very, very important to me.
You've really done your part, and I think you know that, but you know, your music is still so alive, and the movies, and then what you're doing even on a personal level with the hospitals, or you don't have to do that. It's an act of grace, it really is. I'm a huge fan.
And don't forget to subscribe to Wow Presents.
Does Ruth still do this? But I feel like I was like literally in the car, job well done, like you can tell, and that's why I love like when interviewers are fans of artists, or you know, just of artists period, right? Because they get those little small nuances and they get a kick out of stuff. So I really appreciate this. This was hands across the board for me as far as interviews concerned. Makes me want to listen to Xanadu. Now we are here in Xanadu. Xanadu, baby, Empress, you shine for me, Xanadu. Alright guys, drop the comments down below. Tell me what you thought about this ride. I was a little bit in the backseat. Also, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel. If you are subscribed, make sure you join the channel. And if you like for me to react to a song of your choice, hit me up a picture. The link is below. Alright guys, I'll see you next time. Say bye, baby. Say bye-bye. Alright, y'all heard it? Alright.